Meanwhile, a resurfaced 1991 Washington Post article featuring incendiary comments by Ginni Thomas, wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who should not have replaced Thurgood Marshall, has sparked a social media firestorm. Her remarks on abortion and affirmative action to the Post raised concerns about influencing her husband's judicial opinions. 33-year-old article titled "The Nominee's Soulmate" reveals Ginni Thomas's staunch conservative views, prompting renewed scrutiny and calls for transparency regarding her involvement in her husband's work. Additionally, fresh allegations of racism have resurfaced, with social media outrage over insensitive remarks by Ginni Thomas's relatives about her marriage to a Black man. Well, not everybody's going to like who you pick. Let's see what was going on here. Atlanta Black Star with the details for us. And CNN didn't want to let Atlanta Black Star in the debate. Really? You could get a free ticket. I remember I did it when I was in college, Jerry Springer's show. It was a free ticket. I went several times. That's what the debate was. I can guarantee you I was surprised when I found out she was going with a Black man. Ginni Thomas's uncle Ralph Knopp said from his Iowa farmhouse, according to the Post, "It was unusual for us." Ginni's aunt Opal chimed in next, saying, "But he was so nice, we forgot he was Black." Here's when you don't want your relatives. My family never spoke like this, but I tell them, I don't want you talking to reporters about me for other reasons. Auntie Opal and Uncle Ralph. Great. At least we know who you are. He was so nice, we forgot he was Black, and he treated her so well. All of his other qualities made up for his being Black. Oh, Aunt Opal, apparently unaware of the bigoted undertones in her comments. This is when you're so racist, you don't even recognize. This is just your way of life. The Blacks. She found that needle in a haystack, Black, who treated her right, who was nice, not ignorant. So Aunt Opal said, okay, look at your life. Many social media voices swiftly pointed out that the remarks highlighted the abundant judicial biases that may be at play between Thomas and his wife behind the scenes, while potentially influencing the nation's highest court. Internalized anti-Blackness has Clarence Thomas in a chokehold, wrote X-user Allison Wiltz. Good thing they thought he was nice. She didn't say news. Another user suggested that Justice Thomas's stance on affirmative action underwent a complete reversal from his days as a law student to the time of his confirmation to the high court. Not surprised at all, he wrote. Ironically, he was into pro-Black groups while he was an undergrad. I guess when we graduated and tried to get a job and faced discrimination, he thought, if it can't beat him, join him. The presiding pastor at the Thomas's wedding, held in a predominantly white Methodist church in Omaha, Nebraska, fondly recalled the collective double takes and shock among the crowd who hadn't quite caught on that Clarence Thomas was Black until he appeared as the groom. I wonder if anyone said, "Excuse me, can I get a glass of champagne?" when they saw Clarence Thomas. I wonder if they said, "I spilled something. Can you clean that up for me?" It probably happened. I mean, he was dressed for the occasion. They probably figured he was working there. That's not wrong to say after I just disclosed what Aunt Opal said and Uncle Ralph. But Ginni Thomas expressed her opposition to affirmative action in 1991. USA Today columnist Dr. Barbara Reynolds suggested Thomas would be influenced by his wife's stance on affirmative action and equal pay for women, potentially leading him to take a judicial stance against women's issues. If he is influenced by his wife, a white conservative who lobbied against comparable pay for women, he will be anti-women's issues, Reynolds wrote in July 1991. Didn't need a crystal ball for that one, but you were right. Their respective careers, the Thomases have consistently advocated that affirmative action and government programs hinder rather than help women and minorities. And they remain aligned in their belief that true equality is achieved by applying the same standards to everyone. Expanding on their criticism, Reynolds also expressed concerns about Thomas's marriage to a white woman. It may sound bigoted. Well, this is a bigoted world. Why can't Black people be allowed a little Archie Bunker mentality, Reynolds said, according to the Post. Here's a man who's going to decide crucial issues for the country, and he has already said no to Blacks. He's already said if he can't paint himself white, he'll think white, he'll marry a white woman. Over the years, Justice Thomas has expressed his belief in a society where race does not determine outcomes. However, during Thomas's confirmation hearing, some say his marriage through a much different lens. They saw his marriage through a much different lens. Russell Adams of Howard University stated in 1991, his marrying a white woman is a sign of his rejection of the Black community, and expressed concerns about Thomas's lack of community roots affecting his understanding of the Constitution. Mayor, I am animated and probably inappropriate at times, but I'll go to you with this. I want your full thoughts. Ginni Thomas being interviewed like she's on the Supreme Court, propped up, put in position number one. To me, that tells you a lot about the marriage, America, and how the press has covered Clarence Thomas. I think it's fair because I do think he is so enamored by white acceptance that he does not wish to be among us. He does not wish to be Black. And even further, his tone throughout life, his tenor throughout life tells me he doesn't like Black people. What say you?
So this segment was, you took me there. I wanted to be on a roller coaster, meaning I wanted to come down off this racial stupidity from Black men, and Black people in general in politics, and you just kept taking me higher and higher to new heights. So, and then you left me with some racist white man in Iowa, and I feel dirty. Ginni Thompson's position on the Supreme Court, because it is hers, I am not surprised at all that her family is this manner. She shows up this way, and she probably demands it. She found her a good Negro, and this picture shows it. That picture is scary as hell. Someone needs to tap the spoon on the teacup and wake this man up. He is stuck in America's Get Out. This is dastardly. Not only has her family said they forgot he's Black, he's forgotten that he's Black. And the sad part about it, he is geeky Black. And if you don't know what that means, do your research. And I bet you he gives them the pass to say the N-word regularly at Thanksgiving dinner, at Easter service, and also while they're in bed together. So I am not surprised at all.
And I don't believe for a second, and I'm not saying that the person who spoke about Clarence Thomas in law school being members of pro-Black groups, I don't believe he was ever part of that, unless maybe he was looking for a date, asking a young Black fellow law student out for a Coke, perhaps. Ask Anita Hill. Is that what he was doing? Wanted to share Coke with a sister? Go back to the hearings and look that up. It'll disgust you.